As the Rav of the Rebbe to learn Hilchos Beis Abchira in the days Ben HaMetzorim, we have the honor today to have a Choshevinger man, the senior Shluchim in Mונטריאול, the Mנחם from Beis Rivka, Rav Achos, the Rav Yosef Mינקוביטש, is going to give us some insight into Hilchos Beis Abchira. Everybody please give Tzedakah B'tzibur as the Rav of the Rebbe.
In the Rambam, Hilchos Beis Abchira, Perek Gimel, Halacha Yud Beis, the Rambam says that the Shulchan was 12 tefachim long, the width was 6 tefachim, and it was positioned. The length of the Shulchan was positioned in the length of the Beis Hamikdash, and the width was in the width of the Beis Hamikdash. And then he continues, "V'chein shar kol hakelim shel Hamikdash erkon le'erkon shel bayis." All the other kelim, the Shulchan, the Menei, the other kelim, was also the length went according to the length of the Beis Hamikdash. The Rachban and its width went according to the width of the Beis Hamikdash. Chutz min ha'odin, except the odin shahoya erkei l'reicha b'bayis. The length of the odin was positioned in the width of the Beis Hamikdash. V'chein neidas ha'meneira, the same thing. The menorah, the candles of the menorah that had the seven lights, it went in the width of the Beis Hamikdash, bein hatzofn and bein hadorim, between the tzofn and the dorim, between the north and the south. And all the other kelim went between the east and the west, or west and the east. That's what the Rambam says. Now, in Tofrei Sadik Tes, it's in 1939, the Rebbe was then in Paris, and Frierdiker Rebbe wrote to him that you answered a letter about a shaila about the menorah, many details about the menorah. So I want you to write this up thoroughly. As the Rebbe writes, the Frierdiker Rebbe writes, all the shittas, different opinions, to explain it, right? So das richtig gut bearbeiten. You should work it out very well. Ba'ariches at length, make it naseder, a proper answer, bring it down the Mishnah, the Gemara, and Halacha, and then explain it all according to Derech HaDrush and the Remes, ways by a person, and then at the end he concludes, in a kefil of I'm asking you again, please make sure to get it done. So in the Rishimis that were printed, there's many amazing Rishimis. This is the longest Rishimah, which has a tremendous amount of inyonim and chidushim about the menorah, many details. To say all of it will take, I think, between 15 and 20 hours, maybe even longer, to go through all of it. So we have here less than 50 minutes. We'll try to take out one slice from this whole thing. And this has to do with this Rambam that we just learned. With this Rambam, the Rebbe used the Lashon L'cheru Tamua. It's a wonder, it's amazing how the Rambam passed on such a halacha like this, how it fits in with what's written in the Gemara. First of all, there's a Mishnah in Tomid, the end of Perek Gimel, the beginning of Perek Vov. There it speaks about the Kain coming into the Beis Hamikdash to light the menorah and make the menorah. So it says he first meets up with the most eastern lamps of the menorah. Now, to illustrate it, make it easier, I brought a menorah. This is like a menorah, make it whatever. So this shul this is Mizrach, this is Ma'ariv, this is Sofim, this is Dorim. But we'll have to turn it around a little bit because in Beis Hamikdash, Ma'ariv was the Kedesh HaKadoshim. So we'll say that this is Ma'ariv, this is Mizrach, Sofim and Dorim, the access is the same. The main thing we have to know here is this Mizrach and Ma'ariv this way, Sofim and Dorim goes this way. So according to the Mishnah in Tomid, twice in Tomid, and at Perek Gimel, the beginning of Perek Vov, if the Neira is this way, the door to come in, that's the Mizrach, coming in to the Heichel, to be able to light the Menorah, he meets first the eastern lights. But that can only happen if it's the menorah is going this way, la'eirich, in the length. Why is it the length? Because the heichal was 20 amas across, 40 amas the length, and after that came the Kiddush HaKadoshim, which was 20 by 20. So this is the length, this is the width. So the only way you can meet the Mizrach is if you're coming in this way and it's positioned this way. Positioned this way, what's Mizrach? There's no Mizrach here. The whole thing is in one line. It's going Sof and Dor. And that's a Stam Mishnah. So the Chura, that's, the Rambam Paskin is different. The Rambam is saying that the menorah was positioned this way instead of this way. Number one.
Neir.
The menorah.
So the Rambam is the Neir, you just said, but the Rambam is the Neir.
Okay, there's a Mishnah in Menachos, of Sadik Vova Amir Aleph, a long Mishnah, and at the last line of the Mishnah it says, Kol HaKelim Shoy B'Mikdash Orkon L'Orkei Shalbayis, that the length, which includes everything, according to the Stam Mishnah, doesn't go into any details, was going this way. So that's another thing. Here the Rambam's paskening that is going, Sof and Dorim is going according to the width. So in that Mishnah, first of all, it says clearly, that we'll soon see, the Shulchan and the menorah have a connection. We learn out the way the menorah was positioned from the way the Shulchan was positioned. That's number one. And also, there's a Braisa of that Sadik Ches Amud Aleph. The Braisa says like this, that Kol HaKelim Shel HaMikdash Orkon L'Orach B'Shel Bayis, that all the Kelim, the Beis HaMikdash, went this way, its length went according to the length of the Beis HaMikdash, the Heichel, Chutz Me'orin. The Orin, which was in the Kiddush HaKadoshim, it was positioned this way. Positioned this way, that the length went this way, and the width was going in the Eirich. And where does Gemara learn this out? Because it says, a Pasuk, Malachim Vayarichu HaBadim. The Orin, as we know, had the badim, had the poles to be able to carry it. So it says that the badim, Vayarichu, the portion extended in length. When it came to build the Beis HaMikdash, they became 20 amas long. 20 amas. On both sides, those badim, it was 20 amas long. So since the badim were going in the length of the Beis HaMikdash, of the Kiddush HaKadosh, the Beis HaMikdash, so therefore the Oren has to be going...
It goes both ways, no? 20 by 20.
20 by 20. One second. 20 by 20. Where did it end up? It says that the Beis HaMikdash, the first Beis HaMikdash, there was to separate between the Heichel and the Kiddush HaKadoshim, there was the Amatraxin, there was a wall made out of stone, but inside, in the middle, there was a doorway, and the doorway was covered with a perechus to separate. So the Badim, it says that the Badim went from the completely western wall of the Kiddush HaKadoshim, and it mamish touched the parechas. It means that when the whole length of the Kiddush HaKadoshim, the two badim ended up touching the parechas. And in between was the Oren. So the Gemara says, so how do you know that the Oren, maybe the Oren also went in the length? So the Gemara says, it's a practical thing. The Oren was 2.5 amas long and 1.5 amas wide. It was carried by 4 people. Two between the two badim, with 2 people in the front, 2 people in the back. If it was positioned that it was done that in the width, then there would be only an arm and a half left for 2 people who wouldn't be able to walk. So therefore we have to say that the length of the Oren was between the 2 badim. So it ended up that the length of the badim was going this way. Sof and Dorim Sof was going this direction. And the badim were going like Mizrach Ma'ariv. But the Oren itself was going the other direction. So that's, the Gemara says, the Pasha Chutz the Oren and that, but that is no machlekes. Then we get to the Shulchan, there we have a machlekes. The machlekes between Rebbe and Rebbe Elazar ben Reb Shimon. Shimon Yochai's son, Rebbe Elazar, and they argue. What's the machlekes? Machlekes is about the Shulchan. The Shulchan, it says, Mizrach and Ma'ariv hayu manachim. The Shulchan was going Mizrach and Ma'ariv. The length of the Shulchan was going this way, Mizrach Ma'ariv, in this axis. Divrei Rebbe. Reb Shimon says, Sof Medorim was going this way. So Gemara asks, what's the reason of Rebbe? He says he learns out from the Menorah. He learns out from the Menorah, since the Menorah was going this way. So therefore, we have to say, we learn out from that the Menorah was going L'Eirach, Mizrach Ma'ariv. So the same thing, the Shulchan was also going Mizrach Ma'ariv. Then the Gemara says, how do you know about the Menorah? Menorah Gufa Minola. So he says, since it says by the Nemarovi, Yadich, in Pashas Emer, it says, Yadich Eisei Arin Lifnei Hashem. Eisei is one candle. The Nemarovi, Lifnei Hashem. So if the Menorah was going Tzaf and Dorim, they were all facing the Kedush HaKadosh. They're all Lifnei Hashem. It says Eisei, one. The only way you can have one, if you're going Mizrach Ma'ariv, if you're going in this direction, like this, Mizrach Ma'ariv, there's some that are closer, Lifnei Hashem, to the Kedush, and some that are further. If it's this way, they're all facing the same thing. So since it says Yadich Eisei Yadin, that's what the Rebbe says. It says Yadich Eisei Yadin. So because it says Eisei, Lifnei Hashem, then you have to say that it was going Mizrach Ma'ariv. The only way you can have that, and you learn out the Shulchan from the Menorah. Okay. That was Rabbi Elazar Reb Shimon, my timer. He says simple. I learned that from the Orden. The Orden was going this way, so the Menorah was also going this way. So now, just like the Orden was softened, the Orden was also softened the Orden. So the Gemara asked on Rebbe, so Rebbe, hey, why didn't you learn out from the Orden? Why are you learning out from the Menorah? You have a Breda learn from the Orden goes this way, softened the Orden. The Menorah is going Mizrach Ma'ariv. Why are you learning out from that one? She says, Dan chutz mechutz, dan chutz mefnim. When we learn out chutz mechutz, because outside the Kedush HaKadoshim, the Menorah and the Shulchan were both outside, were in the Heichel. So learn out one from the other. You can't learn out from the other. So now the Gemara says, why did you pick the Orden? Why did you take you learn out from the Menorah? And it's chutz mechutz, it makes it even better. Amalach, he asked the Menorah good for tzaf in the Dorim, my mancha. So the Menorah was also tzaf in the Dorim. According to Blazer Reb Shimon, the Menorah was going this way, not this way like Rebbe. It was going this way. It was going in that direction. It says Yadich Eisei Adon Lebonov. Hakasha. Then all the candles are facing the Kedush HaKadoshim. So how can it be Eisei? How can you distinguish and isolate one? That is, one is only facing. So he says that, and when the Rebbe learns Pshat over there, very interesting, because till now the Gemara felt, Lifnei Hashem, all the Menorahs have to go Lifnei Hashem, they were all turned in that direction. All the lights were going towards the Kedush HaKadosh, all 7 of them. So Rabbi Elazar Shimon says, no, Mitzad is to do that. The 3 and 3 on each side were facing the middle one. And the middle one was facing the Kedush HaKadoshim. And he said from the Posuk, that the Shivas Haneros, the candles from both sides, were turned towards the middle, and the middle one, that was the Neira Marovi. That was the Neira Marovi that was going that direction. So you have machlekes of Rabbi Elazar, Reb Shimon, and Rebbe. So now the Rebbe is saying, so the halacha is like Rebbe mechaveri. Machlekes Rebbe and his chaverim could even be Rabbi Elazar, Reb Shimon, who says the Gemara says he was even greater than Rebbe. Nevertheless, that's the halacha. It comes out according to Rebbe that it's L'Eirach has to go Mizrach Hamayri, but the Rambam here Befeira says in the Psak Din in Beis HaBchira, he says going Tzofan and Dorim, just like the other. And also there's machlekes later on in the Braisa and the Mishnah. You go according to the Mishnah. That's also another klal. So and since halacha Rebbe mechaveir, it has to come out, and the Rebbe brings down also Yisrael Geinim Satzanta. The Rebbe had all these forim in Paris and Tofri Sadik Tes. There it says all clearly that Rebbe Chaveir V'Alochik Rebbe, and even against Rabbi Elazar Reb Shimon. Also Gemara in Yuma. Go through all the things there. Another Tmiyah is that this Rambam that we just read, the Rambam says HaShulchan V'Yemunach Orkei L'Eirech Habayis V'Roch V'Eirech Habayis. So he says that the Shulchan was going to take it this way. It was going according to the length. But the Gemara, we said before, learns out the Shulchan from the Menorah. So here the Rambam splits it up. The Rambam takes the Menorah, he said, was going Tzaf and Dorim, was going this way, and the Shulchan was going that way. But they're connected. Either you have Rabbi Elazar and Shimon, they hold both the same thing. If it's going this way, it's both this way. If it's this way, it's both this way. So how does the Rambam? So the Rebbe writes, 8 Tmiya Gdela. There was first 1 Tmiya, 8 Tmiya Gdela, that he goes, and it says that the Lechem Mishnah and Hilchos Mitzvot Musafin in the Pedic Hay asked the Shaila, and he replies, Batzorachim. How does the Rambam split it up? If it's Tut Anoim, how does he make it? Also, the Rebbe said the Kesef Mishnah once answered the Rambam, that the Rambam goes according to Rabbi Elazar Reb Shimon. And why? Because it says the pasuk Amuk Ne'amaneda helps him out. Amuk Ne'amaneda means that candle was going to Maneda. According to Rebbe, was Amuk Ne'amaneda. We're all going Mizrach Ma'ariv. So none of them were facing Mamish Ne'amaneda. If anything, it was only the last one. And said the Rebbe, so the Yaibetz also asked, so the Rebbe says, interessant, that what the Kesef Mishnah brings, that the pasuk helps him out. According to Rebbe, the pasuk is also, it's a pasuk in the Chumash. So there has to be one that's to it. So this is a Ksav Yad of the Rambam himself in Pirush HaMishnayos, how the Rambam wrote about the Menorah according to Rebbe. They were going in the length. So the Rambam says that the last candle, or the first candle, this is Ma'ariv, the first candle closest to the Kedush Kadoshim was tilted that way, and they're all tilted that way. All of them. So this is, sorry, it's this one. This is according to Rebbe. So they're all, every single candle was tilted Mupnei Meneda. And the last one was the Neder Marobin. There's machlekes about that. Some say it was only the second one going to it now. But Rashi here in Menachos says that was the last one, was Mamish Mupnei Meneda. So there's no, so how can you base on a pasuk, the Kesef Mishnah, based on the pasuk? Another thing is that the Sukkim that show differently. So Al Kaponim, Kedmish also wants to connect the two, and the Shaila is again that it doesn't work. It was Reb Shimon because the Rambam is dividing it up. The Shulchan is passing one way and the Oneida another way. So how do we answer this? So the Rebbe comes up with an original idea. The Rebbe says, after the Gemara finishes this whole machlekes of Rebbe and Elazar Reb Shimon, there's a one-liner. What does it say? Omer Reb Nosson, Mikan Shem Tzoi Meshubach. Since we know that the Muknei Meneda, according to Reb Elazar Reb Shimon, that the middle one was going mamish directly on to the Kedush HaKadoshim, so he comes up and says, from this we learn that the middle is Meshubach. What does it mean? Rashi says, so in Gemara Megillah, it speaks about on Monday and Thursday, we read in the Torah. We have to read at least 10 psukim. Not let read less than 10 psukim. So the psukim, you can divide it up different ways. We 3, and one is 4. So how do you divide it up? Which one gets the 4? So Reb Nosson says that the middle one is the Levi. He's the one that gets 4. Because you see the importance of chivas of the middle one. So now Reb Nosson is going according to Reb Elazar Reb Shimon, because according to Rebbe there's no middle one that's Meshubach. He doesn't have a middle one. There's no middle one according to Rebbe if it's going Mizrach Ma'ariv. The only middle one is going Tzofan and Dorim. Comes Reb Nosson, and Reb Nosson's a Tana. So now he's backing up Reb Elazar Reb Shimon, and the halacha is that the Rebbe Reb Nosson, halacha Reb Nosson. New thing. Before Rebbe Reb Elazar Reb Shimon, halacha Rebbe. But if Rebbe Reb Nosson, so halacha Reb Nosson. Rebbe brings down from that Asher Ahmed, that El Chaber said that there's different Mekamis when it says about this. Now, more than that, there's a Girsim, Gemara Megillah has the same Gemara. That there it says Reb Yechanan. Reb Yechanan says that Tzoi Meshubach. Reb Yechanan says this. Reb Yechanan was an Ameira. Okay? And so it comes out, again, that he holds the same Svaris than Ameira, but he holds like Elazar Reb Shimon. And the klal is that when Ameira is done and speaks about two Tanoim and it's brought down in the Gemara, it means that the halacha is like that Tana. Other than the Ameira is done in a Tana that is according to him the halacha. That means that How he explains it, he explains the Mishnah, how he's going to explain it in Shnegeya. So now, let's get to the Rambam. So now, the Rambam didn't make it up himself, in other words. If you ask a kasha on the Rambam, where did he get such a thing to do it this way? So the answer is, he's basing it according to Kloli Hashas. Because the halacha is like an ameire when zaplucht of Tanoim, even against the Stam Mishnah. So therefore he passed like Rabbi Yechonah. Rabbi Yechonah says, Emtsoi Meshubach, which means that the Beneder went this way. Sof and Dorim, and the middle one was going this way. According to Rebbe, there's no middle one. So that's number one. So when it comes to the Menorah, Sof and Dorim, Rabbi Yechonah doesn't connect the two. So how do we know that the Menorah went this way? He's an Ameira. He had a way how to learn it out. So the Rambam is Seimech and is Teimech on himself on the Ameira of Rabbi Yechonah that he's going according to the Shita of Rabbi Shimon. Now when it comes to the Shulchan, you go halacha Yistam Mishnah. So halacha Yistam Mishnah says ve'en lahabes machlekes, not to make more machlekes. There's the machlekes on top of machlekes. So the Stam Mishnah by the Shulchan goes according to everybody. That's only chutz miyadin. And the Menorah for this, the Menorah Rabbi Yechonah had a special limud. And the Rebbe said there's a Mishnah in Tomid, but that's also goes on with Abba Shol, and Abba Shol is a Yochid. The Chachamim say differently. So according to this, the Rambam, because Rabbi Yechonah says Emtsoi Meshubach, that brings the Rambam to say that we have to say that it's going so from the Dorim and the Neil Emtsoi that faces the Kedesh HaKadoshim and goes this way. When it comes to the Shulchan, then we go back to the Klal that you have to go according to the Stam Mishnah. And the Stam Mishnah tells us that we have to go this way. So then it comes out. So again, this is the Rambam's Ksav Yad. The Rambam writes, this is Ma'ariv going this way. So you have over here, all the three are facing this way, three are facing this way. The middle one is facing the other way. So have a Kariv Mamish, the Gesid. We'll find out exactly which way it's facing. Sof and Dorim, Ma'ariv Mizrach. Abizal sein lichtig. Sein Mashiach now.
Amen. Following philosophy will be a Simim Yitz Hashem.